Okay, it's day 55 of our 1 hour day workout. Happy Valentine's Day. Today's Sunday the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so everything's been a fail lately. My results is not coming back the way I want them. So my plan, I have to, you have to have a plan B. Plan A ain't working. You gotta have another way out. So what worked for me before is a liquid diet, and so that's what I'm starting on. Continue my 1 hour day workout, and I'm going to start my liquid diet. I know that's not for everybody, but that's just something that worked for me. Like 2 years ago, I came down to 160 on a liquid diet, and I came down pretty fast. Okay, so it's not easy, it's hard, to crave foods and not go out and get it, you know what I'm saying? So I tried to work out, tried to eat, not as much as I usually eat, but get my cravings on it sometime, but it's not really working. This thing is really hard for older people, so my thing is the liquid diet. I'm gonna resort back to that and keep it my workout schedule. So I guess we're gonna do some the accelerate that I put together. Man, I've been sleeping all day. I don't have no Valentine. Oh. Ooh. So yeah, it's gonna be a liquid diet. I was like, oh man, I was burned out today. I just kept waking up and sleeping, waking up and going back to sleep. It's like, when am I gonna do my 1 hour workout? Then I got my mortgage math to study, because I failed that test. Took the first mortgage test, failed that. My diet is failing. So I got 2 F's. And not ashamed to admit it. So you gotta keep on trying. Keep on, and keep on. But I'm gonna just resort to my liquid diet. And that's chia seeds. I already been had cases of water. And I just gotta drink more water than juice, because that sweet juice and sodas add weight. So yeah, I haven't been getting the results. It just, I did drop 10 pounds, but I can't drop another 10. I'm going to resort to the liquid diet. Well, I studied for my next test on March 15th. I got the mortgage test. I've been talking about for like a whole 2 or 3 weeks, right? And then turn around and took it. What was that, Friday? And failed by 2 points. I got a 73. You think they just give it to you after you get, close. But no, you got to get 75 or higher, right? So everybody was saying, okay, so it's not that many math questions on the test. So just pick any answer and just keep on going with the rest of the test. Like, I know LTV, loan to value, like the easy calculations But there's other calculations that's also easy, but you just gotta know the formula. And there's a lady on YouTube. She got like a 35-minute video. I'm going to write everything down that she said. And she go through all the math formulas, the situations that you could have on a test. And it don't even look hard. You just gotta, be dedicated. So I gotta prepare for my March 15th test. They said like most of the people fail, like 50% fail the first test. So I'm not really feeling bad, and they say most people fail by just a few points. So I'm not gonna sit around and feel bad. I'm gonna just be well prepared for the next test. And as far as failing on my diet, I'm just gonna resort to a liquid diet. Yeah. This thing goes further back. Yeah, because I'm doing a 1-hour workout every day, but we at day 55. We're going on 60 days, and the only thing I lost is like 10 pounds. And so I'm not here to lie. I'm here to be honest. This is an honest, what you call it? What do you call it when you trying to figure out the solutions of getting your weight down, getting out of that obesity, getting out of that overweight. Because there's older people that's slender, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us that, have a problem with our weight, but there's I see there's a few, I don't know really how they do it. Maybe that's in their family and their genes or whatever, that, slim running their family, but there's older people that's slender and don't have the pot belly and the big butt and the big thighs. And I'll be like, damn, she's 50, or damn, she's 60 or 70, and she's slim. So this is like an observation. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, like observing how long it's gonna take, what I gotta do live on video to get down to my desired weight, to get out of obesity, to get out of being overweight and get where I need to be without surgery. I don't have no money to be spending on no surgery, no way. But I'm just saying, you look at a lot of your celebrities and they lay down on the table for this surgery and that surgery. But whether I had the money or not, I would not do surgery. I guess, they got a time frame to look good. They might have a show that they have to do or something that they have to look good for in the next few days or something like that. And so they might have to go on the table and get that fat suctioned out, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Surgery procedures could have complications, And that's my thing. But I guess if I was like 500 pounds or something like that, or 600 pounds, or I don't know, maybe even 400 pounds, I might get that bypass surgery. And in order for them to get that, they have to go on a liquid diet for like 2 or 3 weeks, cause they gotta get down a certain amount, and they be crying. What the doctor tell them that they can have and what they can't have, because the doctor want them to drop so much weight in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I was looking at one girl on YouTube, her story, and she was getting ready to have the surgery, and she was talking about what she could eat and what she can't eat. And she was crying. She had tears, not being able to eat for the bypass surgery. And yeah, but I started out at 220. I don't think that's nothing. That's nothing that you can't get rid of. That's not weight that you can't get rid of. 220. And I came down to 210. I actually came all the way down to 205 at one point, but keep coming back up to 210. So it's failing for me because I should have been under 200 pounds at least by now. But if I was on a liquid diet the whole time, it would have been, what's today, 55? I would have been 55 pounds lighter. You know what I'm saying? That's how the liquid diet works. You might cut a pound, a whole pound, or a whole 2 pounds each day on a liquid diet. So the liquid diet is chia seeds and water. You can squeeze some lemon in there. Get you a big thing of honey, because you don't want to use regular white sugar, and sweeten it up a little bit. And it tastes good. It's a nice taste, It's a nice taste. So yeah, we up off the floor. I usually, when I started out on a heavy bag, and then take the yogurt mat and put it on the floor on this carpet, and get down there and do sit-ups and try to do push-ups and stuff like that. But all that hard work down there, and still no results. Still got the belly, but at least sitting in the celery chair, it's easier. The rollers on the back of this chair right here, them green rollers, is massaging. They roll. When you push back, it roll with your back, and it kind of give you a massage. Whew. And then you got you got handles on the side right here. But then you got the resistant bands. So let's see how the liquid diet do. I've been doing all of this workout for 55 days. And the only thing I lost is 10 pounds. Because I keep having different cravings. Not every day, but keep having different cravings, and it's not doing me no good. So Back to the liquid diet, even though I say the liquid diet is not really realistic, because after you finish your days on the liquid diet and you start eating back, your weight is going to come back quick. But I'm going to see what I could do about that, if I could control that. But I like to see results. You're definitely going to see results if you go on the liquid diet. But like I said, everybody can't do that as far as their health is concerned. Whatever your medical condition is, you might have to see your doctor about that, you know. Yeah, I want to be one of them older people that's slender, not heavyweight, not overweight, because when you're overweight, you know, it contributes to certain cancers, it contributes to certain illnesses, you know. You be stressed out. Yep, I had a hard time getting started today. That mortgage just had me mentally burned out. That studying for it mentally burned out. And then after I failed it, it was like, oh God, it just came knocking down on me. You know, if I would have passed it, you know, I could have been in celebration mode and relieving the stress in a happy way, but some people have to take that test three and four times. Yes, they do. On the fourth time, you gotta, after the fourth time or after the third time, you have to take it. You have to wait 6 months. Forget about it. I'm gonna study for 6 months for one test. Yeah, you put out a lot of money for like study prep programs and webinars, and you just be paying for books. You know, some people buy books from the Amazon and stuff to help them with their tests. Just like going through all kind of changes. But you know what it is? It buckles down to the math. It buckles down to the math, you know. Because people just want to remember the questions and the answers to the questions. And it buckles down to the math, you know what I'm saying? Because really, when you're dealing with a mortgage loan application, right? So you're talking about being a mortgage originator, right? So we dealing with that application, you automatically know you're dealing with numbers, percentages, people incomes, people debts. You have to figure out what's the best program for them, what program is they good for, and all of that. And all of that information comes out of, you know, between their credit score, their income and all that, and their debts and stuff like that. What program do they fit in, you know? What would be their monthly payments? The first thing you're gonna want to know, if you want to go buy a house, how much is my monthly payments is gonna be? You know what I'm saying? So then they have to figure out what your income is, income to debt ratio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a few calculations, but what I realized when I looked at this lady on YouTube, she's a teacher, and she's teaching about the math mortgage, and I was supposed to go through her video before I took the test, and I didn't, and I should have, because not only do you have math calculations, right? But on a test, what's so sneaky is that they will ask you a math question of uh, like uh, how do you get to the LTV? Do you divide, the property value by the, you know what I'm saying, by the total debt? You know what I'm saying? Is it multiplied, divided? They'll ask you a question that you just have to know. You're not doing no calculations. You just know, you have to know the format. You know what I'm saying? They ask you math format questions. How would you derive at this answer? You know what I'm saying? And they have like on my test, they might have had 4 or 5 math calculation problems, right? But some of the regular reading questions was just, how, what's the formula? A, B, C, or D. What's the formula to get into, to figuring out, say, like the monthly payments? If a person got so many debts and so much income, you know what I'm saying? Then you got to know how to count the income by 52 weeks. If they're getting paid bi-weekly, 26 weeks, bi-monthly, you know what I'm saying? It's certain things. And it's certain percentages for different programs like FHA, conventional loan, and VA loans. There's certain percentages that each one of those programs use that they're not going to give you the percentage, that you multiply the income and debt ratio. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to give you, there's certain things that you need to know automatically by yourself. So, with that being said, the math is important because where you saying, oh, I only had about 4 math questions, right? Math problems, right? But in all actuality, you might have had 10. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe 10, because some of them maybe where you had to do the calculation, and some of them, some of the questions is where you just had to know the formula. You know what I'm saying? So I see where I went wrong, and it's not right to go into a test, right? And even though you feel like it's going to be fewer math questions and not know the math. Now, I also say, once I pass the test and you start doing the mortgage originator job, they have programs that, you just put the numbers in and then they calculate it for you. But anytime you go to school or you taking the state test or whatever, or the final test, you have to do it as if there's no machine, no calculator. Well, they give you a calculator to work with, but once you pass the test, it's going to be a program that all you have to do is, put certain numbers in. It's going to come up with the configuration. It'll probably give you the program that it best fits for and everything, But for the test, you have to know how to do those calculations from scratch. And so that's where I'm at right now, because had I known my math, right, so I got a 73%, and you're supposed to get a 75%. Had I known my math, it would have gave me that boost over. It probably would have boosted me somewhere up in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Or the 90s, like I said, because there's some word problems, There's some word problems where they just ask you, What's the formula for coming up with the debt to ratio? What's the formula for coming up with the LTV, you know, loan to value and stuff like that? But you're not doing no calculation, they just want to know that you know the formula. And then when you come to the calculations, if it's a FHA loan, you have to know what they you know, how to calculate the front and the back end, you know. Like if it's, you know, 31 in the front and 43 in the back end, you know what I'm saying? If it's a conventional, like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's 28 to 31. I'm not sure. I have to get that down packed before I take the next test in a month's time. So what I'm gonna do in the early days, in the first few weeks, is get that math down packed. And then I'm going to go to the regulations, which they had me good on the ethics and stuff. Because they give you an analysis of your strengths and your weaknesses on a test in different parts, you know. So they know what you've been doing and what you've been studying and what you know and what you've been avoiding, you know what I'm saying, or what you didn't study enough of. They send you the analysis. This thing is just a squeaking like it needs oil. Squeaking like it needs oil. This thing squeak more than my apples. So yeah, it's gonna be a liquid diet, y'all. I've been exhausted all day. I don't know. I think it's just the burnout of all the studying I've been doing. Because you study and you can overstudy for the test. Like, I've studied harder questions than what was on the test. You know what I'm saying? So I failed the test. I failed basically what I considered was an easy test. You know, because what I studied on the Prep Excel, the 9 tests, you know, the test that's similar to the real test, 125. There's like 8 tests that's just like the real test, 125 questions, right? But the questions that's on the practice tests were harder than the questions on the actual test. So like, I'm starting out the test and I'm thinking that the test's gonna start out hard and I'm gonna be confused from the beginning, but it wasn't. It was like easy questions from the beginning. And then you start getting to the middle, you know what I'm saying? Because it's 125 questions, so you start getting into like questions like 40. And once you get to like 40, questions like in the 40s, they start getting tricky. Because what they do is they put 2 answers that could, you know, look like they both correct. You know, one of them is, like, you could eliminate from A, B, C, and D, you could eliminate 2 questions. Because 2 questions is just out of here. And then there's another 2 questions where, you know, you have to be solid on your knowledge about it in order to distinguish, because they'll put something closely associated, you know. Like federal or state, or federal and state, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? So they do things purposely to confuse you. So you have to be solid on your knowledge. And they say they're trying to weed out test takers, people that run around and like to just take tests, compared to people who really want to, you know, want that type of job, want to be working in that kind of field. So I say, okay, so if that's the issue, if they're trying to weed out people, the people that's in is the people that know their calculations, because a loan application, if a loan originator does take a loan applications, okay, so you could be a loan processor or an underwriter, right? And you could work underneath the a loan originator, and you don't need a license. You're getting people's information. You calling around a document to make sure that all the information that they gave you is solid. You know what I'm saying? And you can do all that, but you cannot take the application unless you're licensed, right? Now, if you work for a federal or a state agency, then you'll be exempt. But if you're working like for a mortgage broker or something, you need that license. When you're taking the applications, you need that license. And only a license originator like the processor or the underwriter cannot. They cannot take the application. Even if you step away for a minute and they answer the phone call for you, and they still can't, oh, I know how to, fill this out. Like, they can't just, do it, you know what I'm saying? It's illegal against the laws and regulations for somebody to take a mortgage loan application that's not licensed. You know what I'm saying? Because that information is important. And the other thing is that this math, you know what I'm saying? How you figure out their income, their debt. You don't want to get any calculations wrong, you know what I'm saying? And then you gotta give them disclosures and everything, and they gotta go to the settlement, the closing table, and you don't want anything to be wrong to stop the process of closing on closing on a loan, because the paperwork or the numbers was wrong. So I think what the test is that they could determine who know their math and who don't. And basically that's the operations of a loan originator. But I'm glad I got my experience. I did my state test from home. They approved, they take you through a security check to make sure that you don't have nothing around your house that you're cheating, you know what I'm saying? And so I got approved for that first test, so I don't have to travel down to no site location down in Manhattan, getting on a train with this COVID going on and all of that stuff. I don't have to, so I guess they made it where you could do your state test remotely from home. But they make you take the camera all around your house. All around your room. They want to see the floors and everything. So, if they catch you cheating, they probably eliminate you from the test and report back to the licensing agency that you was trying to cheat. And then you'd be ineligible for any future tests. You'd be out, you know what I'm saying? So there's no need to try to cheat, because you don't know, out of 1,000 questions they could ask you, you don't know which ones they could ask you. So, if you did have a cheating tablet or papers or whatever, it's too many questions to thumb through. And even if you Google the questions, the way they word it, you're not gonna the answer's not gonna pop up like that. So you might as well just go ahead and learn what you gotta learn. If you gotta take the test 2 and 3 times, take it 2 and 3 times. some people is, they good with tests. They very smart. They learn what they need to learn, and they pass it on the first shot with a 90. You know, you gotta steal for social media. All that distraction stuff. But social media be like, you don't have to watch the news. The formal news. You could just, you pull up Facebook or Instagram, and they let you know what the latest news is going on. So that's why you clicking on there. Some of it is entertainment, but some of it is like what's going on lately, what's going on in the world lately. Sometimes I get tired of the nonsense too. Just looking at people showing off and showing money and jewelry and cars. Sometimes I get tired of that. Or everybody putting up new songs. I don't always want to click on them. I don't know. It's just haven't been my interest lately. Just to sit around all day and listen to clicking on people's songs and stuff, or somebody showing off. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me see what they showing off today. It's not really in my interest to keep clicking on those videos. But there's some news that come out like today. The news came out of Nicki Minaj's father, who got killed by a hit and run. A hit and run driver. So the sound. Because it's Nicki Minaj's father, and then because her brother went to jail for molesting or raping a young girl or whatever. So you don't know, and then this public information. You know what I'm saying? It's been all over the news, so you don't know, was that an innocent? Well, hit and run is against the law. If you hit somebody or somebody's car, you're supposed to stop. You know what I'm saying? So the running part is not legal, but the hit, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hit and ran. Did they hit him by accident, or did they hit him on purpose? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It sound a little fishy, It sound fishy. And people couldn't identify the driver. Nobody got information, but I'm quite sure there's gonna be some cameras somewhere on some business or somebody's house around that area that's gonna catch that car and gonna catch their plates, and they're gonna find out who did that. And if it's somebody that they know, it'd be crazy. Like if it was personal. But sometimes, these drivers just be drunk, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta watch your ass on the road, you know what I'm saying? Even if the light is red for the cars to stop, and you be like, walking across the street or something like that, okay, it's my turn to go. You gotta make sure that all the cars are stopped, you know what I'm saying? That's what I do. People be looking at me like, oh, look how cautious, she's scary. Look how scary she being. She ain't walking across the street, That's right, I'm not walking across the street until I see every car stop solidly. No wheels could still be turning, you know what I'm saying, before I step across the street. You know how, the light changes, and then, the car's supposed to stop, but something's still coming, and some people just walk out there like it's I have the right of way, you know what I'm saying? No, I don't do that. No, I don't do that. All cars have to stop, and the ones behind them too. So it won't be nobody that's coming behind the another car that's in the front and push them and hit me. You know what I'm saying? I make sure all the traffic is, the first few cars come to a solid stop, and then I step out there. I look into the driver's eyes, and I be trying to look in the windshields and everything. That's probably my granddaughter calling. She gotta wait till my video is over. Ooh, I like this here. I don't have to get down on the floor. You could go all the way back. It give you a good stretch. I guess you could go like harder, but being that I'm talking, I'm not really going that hard. I guess you could be like rocking like a rocking chair. I have to call my granddaughter back. Ooh. Yeah, because what I want to do is stretch my belly here. I want to stretch it because it's a pop right there. It's a solid hard rock belly right in there that needs to loosen up, and it needs to go ahead and flatten down. But yeah, so like I'm on social media today, and I click on Instagram, and they, saying that Nicki Minaj's father got hit by a hit and run driver, and being that she's such a big celebrity, and then her brother went to jail and had that whole big trial and stuff like that, affected her career a little bit too, because a lot of people was snapping on her about her brother, supporting her brother. So we don't know if because a drunk driver could do that. You know what I'm saying? This thing feels a little scary when you're going back. Ooh. Because it goes all the way back. But it's like, is this thing going to tilt up? Let me see, let me put the resistant bands down and hold on to the handle. That might not feel scary. Every time I go back on this thing, I feel scary. Yeah, but, watch out, watch your asses. Don't try to look cool, in the street like, yeah, I'm crossing the street. Yeah, I got the light. Yeah, y'all better stop. Don't walk the streets like that. Mainly if you reach anywhere near my age, where you've been through times of, or you got so many people that don't like you, or you know what the deal in life is about. Every time I cross the street, I wonder. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust. You know what I'm saying? Because a vehicle could kill you, just like a gun could kill you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful crossing the street. Mainly if you ever had any enemies or anybody that's jealous of you in life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's competing with you. You know what I'm saying? Because people are evil out here. Yeah, I'm all the way back now. Come up. All the way back. So your legs is hugging, on this part right here, so you can make sure you're not gonna tumble backwards. But I guess the machine is made like where your heavy part, where your butt is, it's not gonna happen. But it feels a little scary. It feels a little scary at first when you do it. The first couple of times that you try to go all the way back, it feels scary. So yeah, so when you trying to study for those kind of tests, the mortgage tests and the state tests or whatever, you have to stay up for social media. Even if you're doing regular schoolwork, like I did my college online and stuff like that, and anything that something went viral or something like that, you'd be like looking at all the comments, what everybody said, and jumping around to all the different social media websites, and you know what I'm saying? So social media is a hindrance to one's education, whereas at the same time it's giving you the information on what's going on around the world. It's giving you news, and you don't have to turn to channel 7, channel 4, channel 2. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know what's going on in the world, if you want to know the breaking news, you don't have to watch, a news channel or a TV news channel. All you gotta do is go on social media. You know what I'm saying? So some people play around on social media all day, posting pictures and modeling and doing different things and stuff like that. And like me, I go to see what the news is. What's the latest news? I'm not really looking to hear people's music unless basically I like that artist. I'm not listening to every song. I used to go to World Star and be like clicking on every song. Even the unsigned artists, I used to be giving them a chance, I used to be giving them a listen, But since the COVID and the venues is closed, and you gotta stay out of crowded venues around other people, it's kind of like, why should I click on their music if, the industry is kind of like slowed down right now, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, do something else. But I guess, some of them artists are still doing shows. Okay, so my legs is not, it's hard to come up now. Because my legs wasn't, if your legs is not hooked around here, if like I put my legs to the side right here, now I'm falling back. And I'm holding them into the doorknob, so basically. But I think if I put on some long pants, because under here, when you go too far back, it starts hurting your legs underneath, so I need to put on some sweatpants. Yeah, but it's gonna be a liquid diet for me. I guess I keep working at these abs. I'm still not 100% comfortable with this thing. And there's different things that you're supposed to be able to do. Like, let me see if I can find a paper. It's different positions. They make it look so easy in the paper. He ain't even worried. He going back. It looked like she doing some kind of push-ups this way. I'm gonna have to probably push it from here. I would have to take this clip out, push this down. Let's see if I could get another position. Okay, so she was doing, push this up a little bit, some kind of, I don't want to fall. You can kind of do like a girly push-ups. So you got kind of like a, this turns into a ball. This right here, I think she had it more to the floor. But right here is not too bad either because it catches your weight, it catches your stomach. Okay, so I just wanted to check that out. A different position. So you have, okay, you got dirty right there. And then take this back out. It's a little key pin. And it got a slot where you could leave it in. Yeah, so whew. So we're gonna keep trying. Today is day 55 of the 1 hour day workout. And even though I'm not getting the results that I want, some people could lose all their weight in 55 days. Oh, in 6 weeks I lost 70 pounds. You know, like, that's those people that's not in any kind of pain, don't have no kind of, you know, that they could just do all kind of workout and like me, I got lower back pain, so, and then my legs be killing me. I can't even walk sometimes. I'll be walking real slow. My legs be killing me. I gotta get rid of all of this thigh fat. I definitely want to get rid of all this thigh fat. There's another thing with this thing with it. She is supposed to swivel from left to right. It's supposed to be able to swivel. So I don't know. I gotta check that out. Let me pull this back. So yeah, I'm still here. I don't get many hits, but I'm still here for us heavyweight champs. We're gonna keep trying. Well, in 55 days at least I lost 10 pounds. But like I said, if it was an all liquid diet, if I was on an all liquid diet like I'm starting now, it would have been 55 pounds lost or better, you know? Because that's what the liquid diet does for you. Yeah. Yeah, so keep trying. But I gotta go on my liquid diet now because it's getting close. It's getting ready to be spring soon. We're gonna be coming up out of winter. The time February and you know, sometime March is nice, and sometimes you can get snow in March, and sometimes you know, the weather change and it be nice in March. But definitely April. So yeah, we're in the middle of February, March, April. We only got like 8 weeks before it's time to be fit and looking good for the summertime. But those people out in California where, you know, you have weather, good weather all year round. Shit. It's not like, you know, you can say, well, okay, we got on coats all winter. Then when, you know, when it's time to take off the coats in the springtime, you know, we'll get our body together for that, you know. In California, shit, they hot all year round. Those is interesting. Yeah, if I was in California, I would have to be straight all year round. My phone is just going off. We got 1 minute left. Yeah, so it's gonna be the liquid diet. Let me show you what it is before I go. Show you what I do. Okay, so I'm getting ready to be up out of here, but I just want to show y'all what I'm gonna be on to come down. Chia seeds, you put like a spoonful or 2 spoonfuls, whatever size jug you want to make, in a liquid, basically water, you know. So you got your water. You know, you make as big a jug as you want. If you want to make a whole gallon of it, you make a whole gallon of it. The chia seeds. And then I never bought this kind of honey before. I usually buy the other honey, but I'm just saying honey. I'm gonna go back to the store and get my other honey for sweeteners. Lemon. And like a little spoonful of this, but this is real bitter, so, you know. And also, I don't have right now is my ginger. So ginger, you buy some ginger, and you peel it, and you put it in the pot, and you boil it, and you make your ginger tea. So the liquid diet, yeah. Get you some lemons, get some chia seeds. And the chia seeds, what they do is like, they look like little seeds. But when you put them in the water, you put them in the refrigerator. When you make your little portion, you might squeeze a little lemon in there and stuff. And when you sit it in the refrigerator for at least an hour before you drink it, so you make it an hour before you want to drink it, so that'd be like your meal, because these seeds, like they swell up like they fat, and then when you drink them down, they make you feel like you're full. So that eliminate that hunger, you know what I'm saying? But it's actually nothing but these chia seeds, you know what I'm saying? And it worked for me before, like 2 years ago. I went down to 160, you know what I'm saying? So this year I want to go down less. So I'm getting ready to go on my liquid diet, because today is day 55. And I only lost like 10 pounds, and I wanted to go a little bit faster, you know. I feel like I'm failing at my weight loss, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's not coming down enough, and it keep going down a little and coming back up, so I'm going on my liquid diet. So, okay, so y'all, be cool. Apple cider vinegar, chia seeds, lemon, cases of water, honey, and do your 1 hour workout. Get you a machine that you like to be on. I showed you the ab boost. Showed you the accelerate. Whatever machine that you feel, you know, this is comfortable, because if anybody's seen any of my other videos, I'm just on a yoga mat on the floor with the resistance bands, trying to do the sit-ups by myself and struggling and stuff. But with a little bench that has a cushion seat on it, that's better, you know, it feels better for me. So peace, y'all. I'm out. Let me go study my math so I could pass this mortgage test the second time around. So yeah, peace. I'm out.